is that has happened or is happening, rather than to be responsible and to take responsibility for ourselves. It seems to me to be a time when that is axial or crucial. The coral energy is there to support us to be able to see ourselves a bit more clearly. You know, we say coral is to do with unrequited love. And unrequited love is when it is that we've judged ourselves so that it is that we don't feel that possibility of being worthy or caring for ourselves in the way in which we might. So then it becomes the pale coral. It becomes something more intense. It's like saying, well, there's actually suffering involved in that process, where it is that the blame that we place on others or blame that we offer to ourselves even for where it is that we've gone wrong or what it is that's happened. Could we say the pale coral is also to do with supporting the forgiveness of ourselves? To be able to forgive ourselves for all it is that we feel we could have done better. We could have acted differently. We could have contributed to something more wholesome than what it is that we did. That sense of forgiveness is also part of the package of the intensification of unrequited love. The love that we could give ourselves if it was we hadn't judged ourselves unfairly or inappropriately. To be able to come to a place of understanding where it is that we see without judgment what it is that's happening on us, on the stage of ourselves. It's not an easy task. And yet it's not possible to do without some degree of ease, some degree of peace, some degree of caring for ourselves in the way in which we might. Unless we're prepared to face the difficulties in the shadow of ourselves, then it's really difficult to come to the awareness that is non-judgmental. And how important that is, not only for ourselves, but also as a contribution to what it is that we could contribute in the world. You know, whether that's a monthly meditation where we make a little space for an hour to focus on peace, to focus on the possibility of coming to a little bit more peace within ourselves, that it is we let go of the fears, we come to a deeper sense of how it might be to be happy as we are. That intention, that contribution that we might make is a statement of who we are in the aspiration to be the best that we can be. A little bit rambling today, I'm sorry about that, but these are the thoughts that I wanted to share with you today. I hope that where it is that I've been in terms of my own journey for the last period of time and during the last month. Maybe sharing something of the thoughts or the intentions or where it is that the focus has been in my own work with myself, then so it is that I hope that that brings some benefit to you also. Yeah. So, as I say, that's more or less what I wanted to share today. If there's any questions about anything, then very open for that before we finish.
Mike, as you began to guide the meditation, Chow saw the flame of your candle was very active, constantly moving, almost dancing, growing larger and smaller all the time. And this kept happening, especially when you said words like let go or peace. What's the reason that we always dedicate the candle at the beginning of the meditations? Is there any energetic connection between the kind of dancing of the flame and the words you're using?
I like it. I like the idea of it. For me, it's a symbol of dedicating to the light always, regardless of the words that are put on it. The response from the flame and to watch the flame is something I think very much to do with the energetic phenomena that is occurring moment to moment. You know, I think that the candle flame is a tradition of itself and has all sorts of benefits in terms of contemplation, meditation, and particularly loving kindness. In a tradition that I was partially trained in, loving kindness and the flame was something that was very much encouraged as a standby meditation when things got very difficult or things got hard in terms of the life experience. That sense of loving kindness and how it's generated are very, very much in alignment with the kind of thinking that observes the flame as moving with the intention or moving with the words that are spoken. I think it's a very beautiful observation. Thank you.
Mike, what energies do you feel are currently strong on our planet? What's coming from above us and from Mother Earth?
Yeah, there's a potential for a lot of distraction with this particular questioning. It's to do with, the comet or celestial body that's moving through our solar system and, how it is that there's a lot of, let's call it gossip or let's call it thought forms that are maybe not really what it's about. That sort of sense of what's above us is definitely a distraction from what it is that the being of the earth is experiencing in her dimensional shift. These are to do with everything that the celestial bodies and the being of the universe, the being of existence even, has in store for the unfoldment of the new earth. If it is that we focus on that and what it is that is happening beneath our feet, when it is that we walk in beauty on the earth, so it is that the new earth is being contributed to. That's something that I think is a priority away from the distractions which lead us to all sorts of things which are maybe not as helpful as it first maybe appears. We can put interpretations on celestial bodies or alien craft that are moving through the heavens or the solar system at this point in time. But I do really see that as a distraction from what needs to be happening in relation to ourselves and the kind of contribution that we can make moment to moment. The working on the peace, the working on the caring for ourselves, the working on grounding ourselves in nature or in relation to the being of the earth as it is that she evolves into the new earth.
Lots of appreciation today, Mike. Thank you.
So we've not got more questions just today?
I could read some of the appreciative comments, but no more questions.
Okay, now we'll say that that's it for today, and I'm very, very happy for the appreciations and so on, and I hope that, you've received some of my appreciations of all of you who are contributing on a regular basis to what we offer in these monthly sessions together. I very much appreciate that. Send you lots of love from my depths towards what it is that unfolds in the next period of time during the next month until we meet again. I'm very grateful for the opportunity and what it is that we're able to share. The other thing that I did want to mention is I wanted to apologize to anybody who felt that they didn't hear about the birth of the rose pink air conditioner in a timely fashion. What we actually did was notify the distributors so they could make it a communication that came from them to do with its release, and then we followed that with a communication to practitioners and teachers. So there was no sort of preferential information sharing. It's not like the birth of a bottle. Some of the substances within the rose pink air conditioner are something that's been cultivated since Vicky's time, so more than 40 years in preparation to be able to be released at this point in time. So please forgive any sense of not being informed as quickly as you might have liked to have been. Thank you very much.